And welcome to Upon Further Review. I'm Josh Aubrey. Plenty to get to in this week's show. We've got the region championships going on throughout town and out of town as well. You had the Portal Panthers capturing the region championship on their side of things in Millen, defeating Metter by a score of 62-21. The Bulloch Academy boys and girls both were able to sweep the region titles on the road at Pinewood. And as for the Statesboro Blue Devils, the girls, still undefeated on the season, were able to win their region championship. The boys came up just shy, ended up as the number 2 seed in the upcoming state tournament. We'll get to highlights from all of those games. Also, the Georgia Southern baseball team got the 2021 season underway as they were hosting the University of Tennessee, number 19 ranked in the country, for a 3-game series Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Unfortunately for the Eagles, they came up short the first 2 days, 5-3, and then in the final game on Sunday, trying to avoid the sweep, they were tied going into the 12th when Tennessee hit a grand slam to win that one to end up sweeping the Eagles. Last year, if you recall, the Eagles started off a little slow. They were able to rebound nicely, reeling off 7 wins to end the season. Hopefully the Eagles can get back on track. As for the Georgia Southern men and women's basketball teams, the guys played 1 game on the road at Coastal Carolina. Unfortunately lost that one. The ladies played 2 games over the weekend and were able to win both of those. They'll get back and wrap up Sunbelt play this weekend with the guys at home against App State and the women on the road. So plenty to get to, plenty of highlights coming up on Upon Further Review.
The Medical Center Pharmacy on Grenade Street is proud to be your Health Mart pharmacy in Statesboro. The Medical Center Pharmacy, locally owned and serving this community for 50 years, is open 364 days a year. The pharmacists at Medical Center know there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. That's why they take the time to know their customers, explain their medications, and answer any questions. The Medical Center Pharmacy, your Health Mart pharmacy.
Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
The Georgia Southern baseball team hoping to get the season underway with some weather issues going on Friday and Saturday, but they were able to get those games in. Unfortunately, they were swept at the hands of number 19 ranked Tennessee. Let's send you out for some of the highlights. Georgia Southern in their season opener Friday, hosting number 19 ranked Tennessee at J.I. Clement Stadium. The Volunteers able to start the scoring in the first as Jordan Beck doubles into left center, bringing in Liam Spence and Max Ferguson for a 2-0 lead. Up 3-0, Connor Pavloni's fly ball to left can't be caught, and it's 4-0 Volunteers on top. The Eagles not getting a chance to show off too much, but Tyler Owens looking good in 4 2/3 innings of relief. He'd strike out 10 and allow only 2 hits, but it wasn't enough as the Vols take game 1 5-3. We move over to Saturday, and the Eagles hoping to stretch out in the sun for some good luck. On the mound, Chase Dollander looking sharp here with the inning-ending strikeout. The Eagles able to start the scoring. The single into right by Noah Ledford. He'd move over to third on a wild pitch and then come home to score on another wild pitch to give the Eagles a 1-0 lead. Dollander only really making one mistake, and that was this pitch to Drew Gilbert, who sends a solo shot to right as the Vols tie the game at 1-1 in the third. Dollander then finished things off with one of his 8 strikeouts and 5 2/3 innings of work. The Eagles come back to retake the lead. Jason Swan, the deep drive to left, this one off the wall for a double, easily scoring J.P. Teague, and it's 2-1 Eagles. Georgia Southern adds another run in the 5th as Mason McWhorter singles to center, plating Blake Evans. But once again, Tennessee comes back to take this one 5-3. We move to Sunday, and the fans hoping the Eagles would stop playing around. The Vols load the bases with no out in the second inning. Braden Hayes on the mound, coming through with the strikeout. But the problem is, he'd end up walking the next batter, bringing in the run from third, and it's 1-0 Tennessee. The Eagles able to get out of the inning as Hayes catches the runner off second. They'd eventually get the runner at third, trying to break for home for out number 3. Southern able to answer in their half of the inning. Matt Anderson with the RBI single into left, plating Swan, and it's 1-all. The Eagles getting some help from the bullpen Sunday. Ben Johnson goes 4 innings of shutout ball with 4 strikeouts. The Eagles threatening in the fourth, 1 on, and Noah Ledford sends this one up, and away to right center. The 2-run homer would tie the game at 3-all. The Eagles getting some defensive help. Check out the diving play in center by Sam Blancado. More help on the mound as well as Johnson relieved by Nick Jones, who goes 3 innings, allowing no hits and striking out 5. The Eagles with a great opportunity to break the tie as Swan steals second and advances to third with only 1 out. Then with runners on the corners, a tough one by Mitchell Golden, who sends a perfect double play ball up the middle, and the Vols get out of the inning. The good thing was Jones shut the Vols bats down. Here another K, and a warm welcome back to the dugout by the Clements Crazies. An interesting note as third baseman Jaden Payton comes in relief of Jones. Rare that an Eagle player leaves a position to come in to pitch, but Payton not only comes in, but he'd strike out 2 Volunteers and get out of the 11th inning with no harm. To the 12th we go, 2 on, and the pop-up here, and check out the play by catcher J.P. Teague, going horizontal for this one. Still in the 12th, bases loaded, and Liam Spence will come through with the grand slam to straightaway center field as the Vols end up sweeping the Eagles, winning Game 3, 7-3. Coming up this weekend, Georgia Southern back in action for another 3-game series. They hope to rebound. They'll be taking on East Carolina Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at J.I. Clements Stadium. Stay with us. We'll have high school basketball coming up next.
My Queensboro banker is Cheryl Quick.
Blanchard Equipment Company has 16 locations.
Queensboro has homegrown values just like us.
They get heavily involved in every community.
And that means strong customer service.
They've been around a long time, just like John Deere.
When you run across the bank like that, you stick with them.
I sure would like to own one of these John Deeres.
Well, we can sure make that happen.
Oh, well.
Queensboro is your community bank. Queensboro National Bank and Trust.
The Georgia Southern University store with 2 locations to serve you on the Georgia Southern campus in Statesboro and in Savannah. They have plenty of Eagle merchandise to keep you warm in the cooler weather. So don't forget to visit the University store in Statesboro and Savannah, or shop online at gsustore.com. Well, the Statesboro High Blue Devils hosting the region championships, and the boys and the girls both advancing to the title games. Unfortunately, the girls win, but the boys lose. Let's send you out for some of the highlights. The boys taking on Richmond Hill and the girls taking on Brunswick. Statesboro High hosting Richmond Hill for the region championship Thursday night. Early on, Richmond Hill looking strong. Jaden Marshall going to the basket and the foul. Statesboro answering. Albert Michael driving in for 2. Next up, Willie Ballard off the dish, stops and pops. Later, it's Tim Thomas pulling up and hitting the jumper. Marshall, though, with 13 points in the first quarter here off the outlet. Michael later spotting up and dropping the three-pointer. Cam Michael later from the same spot. He strokes 3 more. Wildcats answer with the three-point play by Braden Baker. Jarquez Garrett coming back for Statesboro, and the shootout will continue as Thomas down low, no call, and the putback. Garrett, 2 more of his 15 points in the game. 20-18 Blue Devils after 1 quarter of play. Things go south for Statesboro in the second as they run into foul trouble. Cam Michael 2 more, but Richmond Hill on a run. Liam Markgraf for 2. Leighton Finley then the hoop and 1. And Richmond Hill would grab a 36-26 halftime lead. Second half, and Michael trying to keep the Blue Devils in it, driving for 2. Then he comes through with the steal. Layup. He leads Statesboro with 19 points. Marshall answers. He'd have 23 for the Wildcats. They were up by 18. They'd go up by 19, but Statesboro fighting back. Garrett in the tall timber for 2. Next up, Albert adds the 3. Garrett adding a 3 himself. The lead is cut to 12 from 19. The freshman Garrett continues to attack. And then it's Michael from NBA range. Albert 3 more. And then driving in for 2. Tim Thomas hitting the boards here. The lead cut to 5. They'd cut it to 4, but the Wildcats answer on the other end. The Wild slap in by Finley. Willie Ballard would add the 3 for Statesboro, but down the stretch, too much from Richmond Hill, and Marshall going strong to the right side here. And finally on the break, Marshall goes behind his back, and Richmond Hill takes the region title 65-57. Next up for the Blue Devils, they'll be hosting Heritage in the opening round of the state tournament. The girls getting underway Tuesday at 6, the boys at 7:30. We'll have highlights of those games for you next week on Upon Further Review. All right, stay with us. Plenty more to come. We'll head out to Belleville and Millen.
No credit refused isn't just an offer, it's a way of business and has been for over 100 years. No banks, no ridiculous credit requirements, just local Badcock store owners who treat you right and give you credit when others won't. It's never been easier to express your style and love your home.
Family Internal Medicine Associates of Statesboro, providing primary care for Statesboro area patients since 1998, providing complete physicals, complete sports physicals, Medicare wellness exams, full diabetes treatment, and education from lifestyle changes to oral medications to insulin pump therapy, in-house dermatology, in-house circulation tests, and ultrasounds, and in-house labs. Featuring nurse practitioner Melissa Beasley, Family Internal Medicine of Statesboro can accommodate same-day or next-day appointments to serve your needs. Family Internal Medicine Associates of Statesboro, where we care. Well, the Bulloch Academy Gators and Portal Panthers both on the road for their region championships. The Gators were on the road in Belleville. The boys were in action as they were taking on St. Andrews, and the girls were in action taking on Trinity. As for the Portal Panthers, they were on the road in Millen taking on Metter for the region championship. Let's send you out for highlights of those games. The Bulloch Academy Gators in Belleville taking on Trinity for the region championship on the girls' side of things. Early on, Armani Cook, the hoop and the foul. Later, Leah Williford to Mary Mac Powell. Then Cook to Sophie Strickland, who dials up the three-pointer. The Gators up by 8, but Trinity goes on a 10-2 run before the half and would cut the BA lead to 31-30 at the half. Second half, the game going back and forth. Ashante Noble inside for 2. More from Noble as she hits the jumper. Gators by 3. Speaking of 3, Williford with the triple. Trinity comes back to take a 3-point lead, but late in the third, 2 big plays by Sophie Strickland. The layup here, and then Strickland coming away with the steal, and she goes coast to coast to give the Gators a 1-point lead entering the fourth quarter. In the fourth, Williford finds Mary Mac Powell for 2 of her 15 points. Next, Strickland able to hit for 2 of her 14 in the game. Powell then coming through with the friendly bounce here. Noble later for 2 of her 15 points. Gators up by 7. And for the finishing touch, Williford finding the bank open late as the Gators capture the region title, winning by a final count of 61-58. Bulloch Academy in Belleville for the region championship against St. Andrews. Cam Harrison starts the scoring for the Gators inside. Next, it's Ryan Swanson penetrating for 2. The Lions keeping pace as Zyree Edwards finishes on the other end. Swanson continuing to give the Gators a lead here. Back come the Lions. Zion Griffin, 2 of his 15. Swanson continuing to lead the way for the Gators here, following his own shot. Then it's Chaz Collins following his own miss. He'd have 10 points. The Gators hold on for a 2-point halftime lead. Moving on to the second half, Harrison helping to send a message. And then on offense, Swanson, 3 of his team-high 17 points. Swanson later driving to extend the Gator lead to 35-27, but Edwards helping to come back. The Lions tie things up. This one going back and forth. Swanson the miss and Miller Pope the putback. Gators down 1. Collins then with the hoop and the foul. BA takes a 2-point lead. St. Andrews answers with a triple by Samuel Mills to retake the lead. Swanson answers on the other end. Gators by 1, but Mills does it again. Lions by 2. Bryce Clifton right back, the corner 3. Gators by 2 with 3 minutes left in the game. Griffin then, the 3-point play. The Lions with the lead. Bo Spence ties the game at 50 all with this driving layup. Later, down by 2, Miller Pope ties the game at 53 all. St. Andrews makes a free throw for a 1-point lead though, and with seconds remaining, Swanson coming through. The game winner, Bulloch Academy takes the region title 55-54. Portal taking on Metter for the region championship Saturday in Millen. This one was all Panthers and over pretty quickly. Fred Spells getting things done on the defensive end. He'd end up with 13 blocks in the game. And then on offense, the Panthers come out on fire. Elijah Coleman buries the 3. Next, it's Joseph Thomas pulling up for 2. Coleman then off the mark, but Chandler Sheffield with the putback. The Panther fans on their feet. Portal up by 10. The lead only grows from there. Coleman to Sheffield. Thomas then spots up for the NBA three-pointer. Portal up by 15, and they continue to pour it on. Coleman, 3 more of his game-high 24 points. Amir Jackson with the nice post moves. He's off the mark, but Spells there for the tap-in. Spells finishing with 13 blocks, 15 rebounds, and 6 points, including this putback. And then check out this shot by Thomas, who's just a freshman, by the way. Portal up 35-17 at the half. Things went from bad to ugly in the second half for Metter. They'd score only 4 points while Portal continues. Coleman 2 more, and then a nice move here to finish. And finally, it's Thomas coming through 2 of his 16 points as Portal takes the title 62-21. Next up for the girls and boys of Bulloch Academy, they host Bethlehem Christian this week. The girls in action Tuesday, the boys in action on Wednesday. And as for the Portal Panthers, they'll be hosting Clinch County Wednesday at 6 o'clock. The Bulloch Academy boys game is at 6. The girls game is at 6 on Tuesday as well. All right. Well, that'll wrap things up for now. We thank you for joining us. Plenty more to come. Next week, we'll be taking you out for some high school baseball action as well as Georgia Southern. Weather permitting, we'll see you next week.